Okay, so in previous videos, we kind of talked about importing data and kind of just in general seeing like the beginning of the data, how the data is displayed out in the terminal, and just simple things. Now we're going to be talking about melting data, which at first it's like melting. What does that really mean? Obviously, it's just basically synchronizing data or putting together things that you might want. So like you saw, data has a lot of columns, a lot of rows. Sometimes, as we saw in a previous video, we're not able to display everything out in the terminal, so it cuts things short. By melting data, we're able to create maybe a new column that has some more information regarding certain values in other columns that we just couldn't see. So I'm gonna start off by just importing my CSV file and just going over the basics of importing the pandas library as well. So import pandas, boom, and then cup equals pandas dot read, yep, read underscore CSV. Then here we're just gonna in parentheses say data sets forward slash world cup dot CSV. And then just to make sure we read that in correctly, I'm gonna go here, boom. All right, so we read in the data set with our pandas library, and just to make sure everything's in working order, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make a simple print statement making sure the data set is all there. We'll just say print world cup dot head. And down here should just give us the simple first five. Okay, boom. 5 rows, 9 columns. Give us the first 5 rows, a little bit of information. You know, like I said, these 3 dots, there's more information in between. Right now, we're not worrying about that. So we have a lot of columns, way too many that it doesn't fit down here. So one thing we can do if we want to maybe manipulate how things work out is by, like I said, using the melt. We have to display the ID variables that we want to show, the name of our new column that we want to create, and value vars is just basically saying, all right, in this new column that I make, I want to put the value of other columns that might not be shown over here. So one simple way we can start this is if I go ahead and down here, I can say print world cup equals wrong one, print world cup dot melt. Okay, so first I'm gonna say ID vars. That's just basically saying these are the columns that I want to show. So what I'm gonna want to show here is I'm gonna say ID vars, ID underscore vars. Vars just stands for variables, just a simple iteration. So then I'm gonna set that assigning to, and here in quotes I'm gonna put, in this case I'm gonna just put the year, the whoever won the World Cup, and possibly the runner-up as well. That's something we can do. So one, I'm gonna start off just saying year, then I'm gonna say champion, and let's just leave it at that for now. Then I'm gonna do comma, then var name. I'm gonna just say okay, I'm gonna name my column here. Maybe I can check who was a runner-up for this certain for all these years in a sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just say var champion. Now I'm gonna say var name. Var name is equal to runner up, and then comma again. And then for value vars, that I'm gonna say runner up again because that's a column I already have. But since I'm creating a new column to compact my data a bit more, it's gonna change the way it looks. So what I'm gonna do here is, like I said, value vars, then I'm gonna set that equal to, here I'm gonna say in quotes, runner up. Okay, so I have my ID vars, var name, and then value vars up here. Let me see if I can, there we go, just so you can see a bit more. So basically, in this case, what I've done so far is I have this data that I have right here. I have certain columns, 9 columns right now. I'm gonna just simplify. So I have one for the year, the champions, runner up, the amount of goals scored in this sense, matches played, and average goals, and how many teams there were. So T. So it doesn't align. This doesn't align specifically with the data I have column for column, but I'm just kind of showing what this is gonna do. So by using the melt and specifically saying runner up and also right here the name of the column and year and champion, what that's gonna do is it's gonna give me the columns of year, champion, and that new column I made called runner up. So it's gonna say runner up. I'm just say RU for runner up. And what it's gonna do here, it's gonna give me in this column the name runner up for all the different rows. The reason it's doing that is because the melt is now creating runner up as rows for each specific row per year and champion. So right here is gonna say runner up because that was the name of my previous one. Let's see if I can. Was the name of my original column that I had, but I created a new one so that it can be a bit more compacted and more precise. So it's gonna say runner up, and then it's gonna give me a value here, which in our case is gonna be an object that is just the name of the country that was the runner up. This kind of gives us to tell, in this case, who won the World Cup, who lost, and that is simple information. So now, going down here, what I'm gonna do is run this one more time. Was never closed. That is a mess up from me. Let me see. World Cup, melt, print. There we go. Included, done. I forgot another little brace. That's fine. It's a little mistake. So now, here. Okay, boom. I'm going to just slide this up a bit so you can see more clearly. This worked a little too well. So instead of giving me all the values, like I said, it didn't give me all the values I had before, like here where it kind of just goes over the values, doesn't really account for a few of them. Here, it showed me, okay, I still have 5 rows, 9 columns, but here it's specifying what I wanted it to do. So I singled out the year and the champions, as you can see. Over here it says year champions, and then created a new column called runner up, and it has all the runner ups, and then it has what teams were the runner ups for that World Cup. As you can see, it goes all the way down to all 21 different World Cups, to the most recent one where Argentina won and France lost. So that's kind of how it works with melting. It gets a column that you already have, and it kind of creates a new column based on what you want. I could also, instead of just doing a single value vars, instead of just doing a single runner up, I could have also done 2 different values. So I'm going to do another one where it kind of shows you. I'm going to just do one where it's, let's see. I can do one where it's just, okay, let's see, World Cup dot melt. Let's see, ID vars, and then set that equal to here. Okay, so right here, what I can do is I can say, let's say I have the year, something simple. Boom. I have the year. Maybe I just want to check how many goals were scored a certain year and possibly how many matches were played. So I'm going to say ID vars year because I want to check per year. Then vars name, I'm going to just say goals. Say var name equals goals and matches, and then right here I'm gonna say the value vars equals, then here is where we say matches, I believe it was like that, and then average goals. I'm gonna have to check this out right now. Let's see if it compiled in the first place. I forgot the name of that specific. I can actually check actually. there you go. Matches played, goals scored. So whenever you actually manipulate data in a sense, and you want to specifically go for a certain column in when you're melting, and you want to look at two different columns in the row aspect, you have to put the name word for word of that column. So in like this case, where I put matches and average goals, this wouldn't work because that's not the name of the columns. The name of the columns is matches played and goals scored, average goals per game. So here, what I'm gonna do is matches space played, and then I'm gonna have average goals is gonna change to goal. Let me just say goals scored in the World Cup. Goals scored. Okay, and after that, what it's gonna do, it's gonna do something similar here, but now the list is going to be even longer. So print that. It's very long. The reason for this being, like I mentioned before, is that, okay, so first, it goes to the first 21 World Cups. It gives me the years. Let me separate this so it's a bit more readable. Okay, so this is where we start. The second print that I did with the second melting or manipulation. So what I did is I singled out the years. I created goals and matches, and then I created it has the values of those. So the reason matches is played is shown first before goals is because obviously here I put in the value vars, the first section that I want to cover are the matches played, so it's going to prioritize that. It's always going to prioritize what you have at the beginning and then what you have next. So the first 21 lines of these code or rows, the first 21 rows, is just going to be how many matches were played in all of these World Cups. And then it just goes, and then it stops right here. And then it's going to keep continuing. The rows aren't going to reset back to 0 and go again. It's going to just go. But you can see here it says goals scored. This is where it changed. And then it just keeps going. So that's how kind of melting works. It helps you, manipulate your data, kind of single out the columns you want. And also combine certain columns into a specific one so that it's kind of more compressed and more easily to read as rows. It allows you to kind of look for data specifically and also just rearrange things so that it's a bit more easier to read and easier to understand. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys give this a go. It can be a bit tough to wrap your head around how it works, but these are just some of the main things you have to focus on. So good luck.